Alrighty, had a couple of requests for some control line picking, so I figured I'd do a video tonight, see if I couldn't hit the control line on this best padlock here. This particular lock is a 6-pin best. I do have the control key. I also do have the operating key. Control line picking is particularly useful when you have a best lock that you don't have a key for. Or if you have a set of best locks that you want to rekey, you need to get the cores out so that they can be rekeyed, because that's the only way that you can rekey them, is to get that core out. The operating key and the control key are two different cuts, and the way control shear line works is right here on the back, about 1, 2, 3, 4 pins. There is a set of pins that are almost like master key pins. So you have key pins, control pins, and then bottom pins, or top pins, or whatever you want to call them. So you have 3 sets of pins there. The operating line for the lock turns the driver and lets the cylinder turn, but it doesn't turn this little lug. When you hit the control line, what's going to happen is, you see this little lug right here, it goes in with the key. So when you hit the control line, you only get about 1/8 of a turn or so. So you won't get a full turn out of it. But in any case, see if I can get this thing in here and do a little control line picking for you. This is the Peterson Government 4 set. Comes with the best interchangeable core control line wrenches. These are specific wrenches that have serrated teeth. The object is to grab the lugs on the control cylinder. I'll go ahead and pop that in there. And this speeds up control line picking a great deal. Get right into it. Very difficult to feel the pins in control line picking. The type of feedback you're looking for is just a completely different field, completely different type of feedback. I'm going here with a short hook. Oftentimes on a control key, the hardest part about control line picking is a lot of times you'll have really high cuts and really low cuts spaced right next to each other. So it's kind of hard to hit those pins, to feel them just in the right order. And there we go. Just that little bit of turn right there is what we were looking for to hit the control line. And there's the core. Now, just a piece of advice for anybody, once you get one of these things out, say you have a best interchangeable core and it's out of the lock, but it's not picked, I'm going to go ahead and reset that. What you can do a lot of times is, if you want to get this in a lock but you don't have a control key for it, you can push on that little lug right there with no tension wrench and go in a lot of times and just rake the pins, and since you're only putting tension on the control line, you can set the pins necessary at the control shear line, and well, you get the idea. You're just putting tension on the control line, and that way you can pick to the control line easier once the core is out of the cylinder. I wouldn't recommend sticking a core in a lock if you don't have a control key for it, because once it's in there, it can be pretty difficult to get back out without a control key. I've picked a lot of best locks to the control line, and some of them, it can be really, really hard, if not almost impossible, to hit the control line on. One method I do use on the really, really super duper hard ones is I'll put the control line wrench in there, and I don't use this tool a whole lot, but sometimes for this I'll hit it with the snap gun, and I'll go ahead and see if I can't snap it to the control line, because sometimes with some of these locks it's just hard to get the pin arrangements to hit the control line, but by hitting it with the snap gun, you're sending the kinetic energy through the pin and only sending the top pins flying, and sometimes that'll make a lock that's really hard to set at the control line set nice and easy, particularly if you have a lot of them to do. I've been in situations where you might have 40 or 50 of these things you need to pull cores out of, and in that type of situation, I won't shy away from the pick gun. But normally, I'm an SPP guy. I like to single pin pick everything. and I always give it a go with my short hook first. So there you have it, best interchangeable core control line picking.